Hey kids, it's the Piston Fly here, hope you're well. I'm out and about on the big old KTM 1290 Super Duke R once again, the Beast as they call it. It's a bike I've been riding now for a couple of weeks, really enjoying the bike. And in this video I thought what I'd do is give you my top 5 things that I absolutely love about the KTM Super Duke R. So stick around, stay tuned, and I'll tell you what I love about this bike. So to number 5 then on my top 5 list of the things that I absolutely love about the KTM 1290 Super Duke R. And it's something that may be a little bit surprising for a bike that's known as the Beast, and a bike that you know, people think about its power, its acceleration, its aggression, etc. And also because in the past I've often accused KTM machines of not being very comfortable. They have quite hard seats, and this is no exception in the seat department. It's quite hard, but overall the bike is very, very comfortable. You're sitting nice and upright, there's absolutely no weight on your wrists, and even though it looks like an aggressive stance, it's a very comfortable bike to be on actually. So that's number 5 on my list, is the comfort that you get on the Super Duke R. It really is a nice place to be, and you could ride on it for a long time. It's not like a sports bike where you're all doubled up and your back hurts. It really is a comfortable place to be. So number 5 on the list, the comfort on the bike. So to number 4 on my list of the top 5 things I love about the KTM 1290 Super Duke R. Number 4 is again something that was a little bit controversial when the bike first came out, and I was a little bit unsure of it when I first saw it back at the NEC when they unveiled the bikes last year in November at the Birmingham show. And that is the front light, the Waspish front light on this. It sort of split opinion, divides people's views on the bike. Some people hate the look of the thing, some people love it. Well, I absolutely love it. I also love the fact that it's super functional. I like the way that the aluminium strip, or the cast strip in the middle, actually acts as a heat sink as well as looks good. I just love that sort of combination of good form and function. And not only that, of course, as a light it works absolutely brilliantly at night. It really is a brilliant light. So number 4 on my list of the top 5 things I love is the Waspish LED front light. Well, I chose a really good time of day to come out and do this. At least it's a nice day. So, to number 3 on my list of the top 5 things I love about the 1290 Super Duke R, and it is kind of linked, I suppose, a little bit to number 4, the headlight, because overall I think KTM have done a top job on the looks of this bike. Now, they christened it the Beast when it came out, and there was rumour, it may even be fact, that KTM partly designed the way the bike looks to actually, you know, give a bit of a sense of awesomeness, if I can use that word as a Brit. The bike absolutely looks mean. It's got this big bulbous front end, it's all hunched up, even at standstill. It looks like it's a sort of a leopard about to leap forward, something like that. So it looks really mean. And again, one of the things I've often criticised KTM motorcycles about is the fact that they don't look that good. But actually, in the case of the Super Duke R, I think the thing looks absolutely fantastic. As mean naked bikes go, this thing absolutely looks the business. So that's number 3 on my list of my top 5 things that I love about the Super Duke R, and that's its mean looks. So we get into the serious stuff now, to number 2 on my list of the top 5 things I love about the KTM 1290 Super Duke R. And that is the tremendous electronics package on this machine. And on this, there's 2 things to that really. First of all, there's this display and everything that it does and the way that it operates. So for example, here we are in the normal sort of operating mode, if you like. It's just very, very clear. You do get a little bit of glare sometimes from behind you if the sun's behind you, but generally speaking, the presentation on the KTM TFT displays I find very clear. And I like the way that you can control it as well. It's very straightforward. You just press the set button, it brings up the menu options, and then you've just got these keys on the left-hand handlebar to cycle through the various options. It's all very intuitive to use, and it's easy to get back to the main screen again. So the way that works and the way that you control it, I absolutely love. So that's number 1 about the electronics package. And then the other thing about the electronics package is the things that actually help you to ride the bike. Stuff like the lean angle sensitive ABS. It's absolutely brilliant. It's not something I've tested, but it's nice to know it's there. If you go around a corner and you grab a handful of brake, the ABS is going to still work and not throw you off in a high side. Things like the traction control, 9-level traction control that you can switch on and off. The anti-wheelie control is absolutely amazing on this bike. If you do give it a massive handful and you've got the anti-wheelie on, which is by default it's switched on, the front wheel, you can feel it goes a little bit light, but it absolutely doesn't lift off the ground. It's a fantastic safety feature. And then if you're at the other end of the spectrum and you're a bit of a hooligan on a bike, then it's got launch control as well. When you get the track package, you can enable launch control and you can absolutely give it the beans and it'll pull away like a rocket. So you name the electronics aid on this and this bike has got it. That plus the presentation of the electronics around the display, absolutely brilliant. So number 2 on my list is the overall electronics package on the KTM Super Duke. Absolutely brilliant, love it. So it's a big one now. Cue the drum roll, because number 1 on my list of the top 5 things I love about the KTM Super Duke R is the obvious thing. It is the engine power and the delivery of the engine. I mean, this engine is absolutely amazing on this bike. I'm riding it now because I'm in sort of commuter time heading towards London, and I'm just cruising along here at low speeds, and the engine just doesn't complain. There's so much torque in this engine. Frankly, you can abuse the gearbox. You can pull away in fifth, and the thing is absolutely fine. So at that end of the scale, it's brilliant. But also at the other end of the scale, we all know this bike is a hooligan. The thing absolutely shifts like stink. If you give it the loads with your right hand, this bike really, really goes. It is sports bike fast, blistering performance out of this. The engine on this thing, absolutely amazing. So that's number 1 on my list. It's no surprise, I'm sure. But the KTM 1290 Super Duke R, its engine, the way it has the power it has, the way it delivers it, its acceleration, the grin factor on this bike, absolutely amazing. Wow, this thing just shifts, man. Woohoo! And the brakes are stonking. So there we have it. That's my top 5 things that I love about the beast. It's an absolutely amazing bike. The power is stonking, but there's all sorts of other things that I could have said that I love about the bike. Something that I did miss off of my top 5 list that really should have made it is this quick shifter. Once you get it enabled in the track package, it is so smooth. It works both up and down, and I think it's the best quick shifter that I've ever used. Even at relatively low RPMs, it shifts a treat, and it's a real small travel that you use for your foot as well. So I really like that about the bike, and arguably I could have included that in the top 5. These things, of course, are all a bit subjective. Anyway, there you have it. That's it for this time. Hope that was of some interest to you. If you've enjoyed the video and it's your first time along to the channel, it'd be great to have you subscribe, and I'll be posting up lots of videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday to come. Okay, that's it for now. Look forward to speaking to you next time. Until then, this has been the Mr. Flyer. Cheerio.